Your boy Boss, and welcome back to the channel, man. Today I got a little special treat for you guys. I set up a new tank probably about 2 or 3 days ago, and I just added the fish in last night. This aquarium right here, so we're going to deep dive into that tank. It has some of my favorite fish in that aquarium, so we're going to talk about the scape, the fish, show you guys the filtration and my plans going forward with this side of the fish room, because it's been long overdue. Like, I've been putting this off for so long, just been so busy with everything. So my goal this month, so you guys will be ready, we're going to be getting this whole side of fish room up and running, ready to go. So you guys will be getting videos pretty much every day or every other day for the next month, because we're going to be grinding, changing a lot of stuff down here in the fish room, even the back part back there. If you guys been watching the channel for a while, you know I used to have a bunch of tanks back there, so we're going to be redoing all that. It's a lot going to be happening in the next 30 days, as far as the website coming back, as far as the content, as far as the change of the fish room and the upgrade of the fish room. So be on the lookout for those videos. So if you're ready to see some content, you finna get it from me, because it's finna be dropping this month. But I'm working on kind of moving a lot of these fish that's in these aquariums over to these bigger tanks over here. That way it gives us more room to bring more fish in, to grow up, to showcase on this side of the fish room. So I've already started moving two tanks. These two tanks right here have pretty much been empty. There's still fish in them, but they have been emptied of all the schooling fish. It had been moved over here to this side. I probably am going to move the fish that's in this aquarium right here, these redhead topper holes. That's all they want to do is breed. So since I found out that I have a pair, that's the male and the female right there. Since I found out that I have a pair of these guys, I'm going to go ahead and move them out of here and put them into my 120-gallon aquarium in the back room and let them just kind of breed and hang out in there, because I kind of want to do something different with this tank. I think with them being kind of in this breeding mode and always digging these pits, I don't really enjoy this aquarium as far as the aesthetics and the looks of it. So I think I want to do something a little bit different in this tank. Let's put some food in here while we're here anyways. So yeah, I think I want to do something a little bit different with this tank going forward. So I'm going to be changing quite a few things up in here, moving these guys to a bigger tank. Obviously, that'd be a lot better for them. 120 gallon, they have a lot more room to swim, do their thing, and hopefully this pair right here will breed, and we can get a bunch of baby topper holes. So that's my goal with that right now. Yeah, I just want to do something different with this tank. It don't look to my standard. I want to do something more schooling. I'll have a lot more activity going on, and not just the whole hiding up under the rocks and just destroying the scape. So I want to do something different with that. And that's pretty much the whole vision of this side of the fish room, is just to have some beautiful scape tanks, some beautiful aquariums, that way we can showcase all these fish. I finally got some lighting hooked up. I got this one. I need to hook it up. We finally got lighting hooked up on these aquariums over here. So it's progress. It just takes time. You know, when you're working a lot, it's hard to get stuff done. Still have the tiger barbs in this tank. I think I'm going to do a barb tank, maybe like some tiger barb, cherry barbs, and maybe some green tiger barbs, and kind of put them in their own aquarium. We'll see how that go. I might end up just leaving these tiger barbs in there by themselves for now. But I will see how that goes. This tank, I moved all the Odessa barbs out of here to the new tank that we're going to be talking about today. And right now, there's currently just my red Turkana jewels in here. So that's what's going on in this tank. Hopefully they're breeding here. We can get some babies back going. All the Congo tetras that were in this aquarium are in this new tank as well. And I think the only thing left in here is just some cherry barbs, and they're definitely shy now since there's no other fish in this tank. So it gives us more options to do different stuff. So give me some suggestions. What should I do with these two tanks? Tell me what type of fish I should get. Some more fish we can put in these tanks so we can showcase those and do what we got to do. I got these dwarf neon rainbows, and I was trying to catch them to put them in this new setup as well, but I just couldn't catch them. So they might end up being in this grow out tank for now until they are able to do their thing. This might just be where they are at. So that's what's going on in this tank. Let's feed them a little bit too, so they can come out a little bit. But yeah, I wanted to try to catch them. Couldn't catch them. They like, see how they just dart to the back? And I'm not tearing up the aquascape just to get them. So they probably just going to just end up living in here. And that's what's going to be what's going on in that tank. Over here, we got the orange swordtail. These guys are probably going to be going outside in the next week or so. Going to be taking them outside. I'm probably going to kind of tear this tank down, take all the rocks out of there, because they just full with blackbeard algae. As you can see, there's blackbeard algae all over the rocks and different things. So we're gonna be moving that out of there. And oh yeah, there is a dolphin rainbow that jumped in from here over into this aquarium. So that was kind of weird. So I thought I'll pretty interesting to show you guys that. But yeah, this tank is going to be different. We'll be putting some different fish in here as well. I do want to talk about this tank. You guys know I set this tank up probably about a few weeks ago. It's at a point now where it needs a water change. I just haven't did any water change this week because I've been so busy with work. But we did pick up a new fish though to put in this aquarium. When I did my last tour video of Row Aquarium, I had picked up this guy right here. He's kind of like a car species, I believe, but I really like him. So I picked this guy up, and he is in here hanging out with us right now. Still got all the green tiger barbs. They're in there doing good. The glass needs to be wiped off. This tank is going through a crazy stage right now because when I set this tank up, I had dirt in here. So you can start to see some of the dirt is kind of exploding and coming up. It gives you that pockets. And that's why sometimes when you're setting up a dirty tank, it's kind of cool to just not have like a super fine sand, because it creates these like gas exchange pockets, and you'll kind of get like explosions like that in your aquarium. So I need to go in there and do a good cleaning of this tank, gravel vac it a little bit, get some of that dirt out of there, reset it, and we'll be back good. But as far as everything else, the plant is growing in good. You just need a good cleaning, and I think we'll be okay there. This tank is going to be getting moved around totally. I got all these multis in here. They're probably going to be coming down to one of these 20 longs down here that I have at the bottom. And then I'm going to be taking all these guppies to the Quad City Fish Swap this Sunday. Oh yeah, the swap is this Sunday. So if you guys local to the Quad Cities, make sure you guys come out. I will be having tons of fish and shrimp, mainly a lot of shrimp, maybe some plants and scattered throughout there, but mainly a lot of shrimp, all different types of shrimp you maybe have seen. I'll link a video below to a different video if you haven't seen that, of all the shrimp that I will have. But come out to the swap, it's going to be good. But enough of me rambling, talking about what's going on over here. I just want to give you guys a look at this new tank, and let's talk about that. Let me turn some of these lights off. This is a 55-gallon, 4-foot by 12 inches front to back, and I think 21 inches tall. Just a traditional 55-gallon aquarium. Kind of one of my favorite, other than a 40 breeder or a 75-gallon, it's kind of one of my favorite footprints for aquariums. You get the 4-foot. You don't really get the depth, but you get the length and the height, and that's kind of what I like sometimes, especially when you got like big schools of fish. You can kind of get a nice little schooling behavior going on in 55. But it's a regular 55-gallon aquarium. We got pretty much all my favorite fish in here. Currently in the fish room, we got my albino heckeleyes, which are the showstopper of the tank. They are the focal fish in this aquarium. They are the reason why this tank is set up in the first place. That's why we have kind of some rock structure over here, and then we got like a nice little area for sand, open sand, because these guys are earth eaters and they like to shift through the sand, and that's what they do. So I wanted to leave a nice little opening for them in here. We got the albino heckeleyes, and they're still very juvenile. I'm really excited to grow these guys up. This is a nice male right here. It's going to be a nice male. I think I got about 2 good looking males. There's another guy right here, and I think the rest might end up being females, or maybe like some smaller males that could be potentially getting a color here soon. The fish are kind of all washed out and right now, because I just did a water change this morning, just to kind of like, you know, clarify the tank a little bit. So they are a little washed out, because a lot of them Odessa barbs be just like super red. But right now they're a little washed out. But we got all my Odessa barbs in here, all these beautiful males, and they bringing a lot of activity to this tank right now. I've been wanting to move them to a bigger aquarium, because so that way they grow. These fish get a pretty decent size. So I want them to get them into some bigger water, so that way they can grow and do their thing. And then we have my favorites in here is my big old Congo tetras that I've been growing up forever. So we got the nice Congo tetras in here, and I believe there is some corridors in here, but they probably hide. I think I got some stir-by cords, but they're all probably up in this rock hanging out over here. So that's what's going on in this setup. A really simple scape. I just did some nice little river pebbles here, and I just took a bunch of Java Fern that I had in some different tanks, and kind of like just wedged it in between the rocks. And the Odessa bars, they'd be like all up in that rock, so maybe that might be a good little breeding area for them or something, who knows. Then I just scattered in some dwarf sage around the base of the rocks a little bit, just to give a little texture. Then I have an area over here where we have some crypts growing in. I do need to go and get like some root tabs and some fertilizer for this tank, just so I can make sure the plants doesn't do really well with this new setup. But we'll see how that transitions here the next day or two with my schedule. And then in the back, we have a bunch of sage back here that I'm hoping just carpets and take over there. A little stir-by Corey back there, looking good. But yeah, we got sage in here just to give us some height, some depth a little bit. And then, but I want to not take up so much room in the foreground. And if it starts to send off runners and grow and do its thing, I'm gonna let it do what it do. But for right now, I kind of like how the growth of it is and how it's growing just straight up in the back. Let's throw some food in here though. There is a lot of fish in here. And I was gonna put the dwarf neon rainbows in here, but I end up just couldn't catch them. So this is what's going on. I think this is a good number of fish in this aquarium right now. I think anything over that might be a little too much. Look how crazy my decibar. That food almost gone already. And I just put a lot of food in there. And that stuff is gone literally that fast. So I'm gonna have to feed this tank a lot to make sure like the hecalize and a lot of those fish are getting the food that they need, because of the fact that we have in all these Odessa barbs in here, and they are like savages, honestly. But whatever they don't get, the hecalize will come through and sift. As you can see they doing now, they'll come through, sift the sand, and get a lot of the pellets up and get all the nutrients that they need. So this is the tank. This is the look for now. Who knows, I might change it later on, but for right now I'm loving how this is looking. Really simple, beautiful tank. As far as the filtration, I got this little hang on the back here. This is from Tiger. They sent me this to do like a little review on it, so I'm testing this now. It has like a little skimmer on it, and it has like a decent little spray bar. As of now, it's working really good. I'm getting some nice flow, as you can see. I'll give you guys a little update on that later, but it's like one of those little hang on the back canister filters. It has like a little surface skimmer, and it's moving water right now. And then I just have a sponge filter that I had in here to help cycle this tank from another aquarium. So I don't know if this sponge filter will stay long term. I might end up putting a bigger canister filter on here because I do have some down here, but we will see here in the next future. We'll see how the bioload does with all these fish with that filter. If that filter can't handle it, then I'll just put a bigger canister filter on here. But I think this thing will handle the bioload that's in here, especially with the plants and everything I got going on. Once this tank settles in over the next week or two, a month or so, this tank is going to look beautiful, and it's going to be really nice to see all these amazing fish start to grow up in here. My favorites: Odessa barbs, Congo tetras, albino hecalize. The perfect setup. So you guys can let me know in the comment section, did I take a W on this? I definitely think we did. Beautiful tank, beautiful species of fish, simple setup, nothing extravagant about it, and we'll see how it matures over the next month or two. This is going to be the next tank I'm going to be setting up, so you guys will see that in the next video. I already got a nice little rock structure in there that I want to play with, and we're just going to plant this thing to death. And I have a bunch of other schooling fish, my electric blue cars, might get some angels or something like that. I got some rainbow fish. I got a lot of fish that I'm going to be putting in this tank as well. Then the same thing with this aquarium over here. It's empty, no sand, nothing, because I want to do a Dutch style tank in here. And what that means is we're just going to have nothing but plants. But I want to go get some nice active substrate for this tank. Got a nice light on it, and I might end up putting some CO2 on this tank. We're going to have just a crazy planet aquarium right here with just a bunch of cool fish. And then we're going to do a lot of more different stuff, far as like some bigger South and Central American fish here in a little bit. So I got a lot of plans going. Just got to make it happen. That's why we got to get all this back part set up back here, so we can add more aquariums and do our thing. I want to do bigger tanks. Remember, I used to have like smaller 20 gallons back there, but I want to do bigger tanks back there, maybe some 125s, some more 55s, some 75 gallons, something. We're going to be doing some bigger tanks, so that way we can house some more cooler, bigger fish. So that's what's going on. Let me know in the comment section, did I take a W on this tank today? I definitely think it did. Cool little tank. Let's let it settle in, do what it do, and I'll keep you guys updated on it. It's super cloudy right now because I just put all that food in there, but that's good because everybody eats and we do water changes around here, so we ain't worried about no cloudy water. But I'm out of here. Catch you guys in the next one.